Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by the movie Hangout. How actor Neal Mcdonough survived being blacklisted in Hollywood because of his faith. That's the topic of this video. Before I jump into it, if you go on over, click subscribe, comment, like. I'd love to hear your opinion on the article. Okay, so many people recognize the actor Neal Mcdonough. I mean, when you look at him, you're like, okay, I've seen this guy in other things. You may not remember his name, but he's definitely somebody who is very recognizable because he's been in a ton. I mean, going over to this guy's IMDb here, there's a picture of him right there. He has been in a ton of good movies and TV shows. I mean, just look at all of these. I mean, we're going back here to, he was in Band of Brothers. He was in the X-Files. I mean, how cool would that be to be in X-Files? He was in the movie Walking Tall with The Rock. I mean, it just keeps going on and on and on. He was even in Desperate Housewives, Justified, CSI New York, Mob City, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Agent Carter. I mean, it's just incredible, this guy's Suits, Yellowstone, Van Helsing, American Horror Story, and he was also in Minority Report, Captain America, the first Avenger, Timeline, Boomtown. I mean, he's has a huge body of work. Another thing that's interesting about him is the man is also a person of the Christian faith. It's very difficult, if not impossible, to openly live that faith in Hollywood. There's a lot of people that do not like you as soon as you come out as a Christian, and he kind of talks about this in this article. Quote, God has given me so much. How actor Neal Mcdonough survived being blacklisted in Hollywood because of his faith. You'd probably recognize actor Neal Mcdonough anywhere. His light blonde hair and piercing blue eyes have always made him a memorable Hollywood villain. Very true. But it turns out that there's a lot more to Mcdonough than what meets the eye. And the reason behind his many villainous roles may surprise you. The actor and longtime Catholic decided that he got married in 2003 and that he would honor his wife and stay true to his faith by not kissing another woman, participating in any sex scenes, or taking the Lord's name in vain. I mean, those three things, there's so many roles that you get cut out of. And most people don't know is, like, when you're on TV, the writer is king. I mean, if the writer writes it down on a piece of paper, you don't tell the writer, okay, I'm not doing this. Now, in a movie, there's more leeway. There's more creative freedom in a movie. But Neal does a lot of work on television, so it's not like he can just get hired and then refuse to do something. For a while, it didn't seem to matter. Mcdonough had some notable supporting roles in film and television, even starring in the primetime soap opera Desperate Housewives as the husband of Nicolette Sheridan's character. But in 2010, things seemed to change. He was fired 3 days into filming the ABC series Scoundrels because he wouldn't agree to on-screen sex scenes. After that, it seemed no one wanted to work with him. I remember falling on my knees and saying, God, why have you forgotten about me? Why am I being punished so much? As soon as those words came out of my mouth, I realized what self-absorbed questions those were. God had given me so much. We all experience challenges in our life. I should be grateful and thankful for all the blessings I'm given. You know, that's a really profound statement, because a lot of times everyone, whether you're religious or not, we get just absorbed in our own problems. We forget that there are billions of people around the planet that have challenges every day. Many of them are life-threatening, like they don't even know where they're going to sleep. They don't know where to get clean water, where to get food. And here we are, we're worried about, you know, getting the next paycheck or getting a better paycheck. Mcdonough, who is now 56 years old and is a father of 5, credits his faith for getting him through that tough time, saying that it was not long after that moment that a friend called offering him a guest role on a Western crime drama, Justified. Pretty good gig. What was supposed to be a 2-episode role eventually turned into a 13-episode stint. That's a pretty meaty storyline there, and the rest is history. I've been working so much in the last several years, and I couldn't be more thankful. I thank God every day for all the blessings I'm given, even during challenging times. God gave me this gift of being an actor, and I'm not going to waste it. Most recently, he had a rare starring role as a protagonist in the movie Boone, about a man trying to atone for his life as an enforcer for a ruthless syndicate. The best parts for him were producing the film with his wife and the chance to infuse a little bit more of himself and his faith in the role. Nick Boone isn't given a superpower, it's just faith. And to me, that's the greatest superpower anyone can have. If you have faith, you can get through anything. Very true. As we approach Resurrection Sunday, this message from him and his Instagram is something we can all embrace. Try to do something positive. Go out of your way to be something better than you ever thought you could. Not just for us, but for him. Really, really cool. Give him a follow over on Instagram. You know, it's important to follow people that are positive, people that are uplifting. There's so much negativity in social media. Whether you agree with everything that he stands for, give him a follow anyway. Show some support. But I thought this article was kind of cool because, again, it's extremely difficult, if not impossible, to have high moral standards in Hollywood. Hypocrisy in Hollywood, as we've seen just within like the last month, is ingrained in the business. People will say publicly one thing, but then privately they do the exact opposite. You know, they'll talk about saving the planet, but then they hop on their private jet after doing it. They'll talk about treating other people with respect and not being violent, and then they'll run up on stage during an award show and smack somebody. It's crazy. So when someone who is a working creator, a working artist, is willing to stick their neck out and actually talk about things that are important to them, and they seem to actually be following it, I'm going to highlight it, and I suggest everyone show some support too. But anyway, thanks for watching, and as always, if you want to get future rants, reviews, or original content, click subscribe. Later.